in a television show that I'm watching, I'm picking up my book within 2 seconds. So I'm not giving myself the 6 seconds that it takes to solidify that memory. That's one of the reasons why I don't remember the endings of shows. And that's why probably I don't remember anything anymore. If you watch This Is Us, this week's episode, it's got me a little scared, gotta tell you. I'm forgetting my words a lot, which is not only bad for my memory, it's bad for this show. It's not good. Struggling. And we're talking about on This Is Us how Rebecca couldn't remember the name of a spatula. She called it, the food flipper. Yeah, I've done stuff like that. I don't know. It's a little scary. So I will move on to my topic now, which, based on the bad day that I was having yesterday, which I really did pull myself out of my funk pretty quickly, I've got to tell you. Mostly, I didn't even rent that movie that I was going to. I'm going to rent that movie. But what I did mostly was read my book. I'm reading a book right now that is for my book club, one of my book clubs, and it's a good one. It's a really interesting book. It's about a woman who is a hoarder and her family and her kids, and it's very interesting, and I am almost done. And then I will move on to another book that I just got to pick up at the library. I read a lot. So I just kind of immersed myself in my book and the problems in their lives rather than the problems in my own life. There you go. So now that I have, stepped away from the situation a little bit, I realize it really has no impact on my life whatsoever. It is a disappointment, but we all have disappointments in life. We need to move on. So I wanted to hear from you. What is it that you do or eat or have when you want to make yourself feel better? Diane says, I need something decadent, gooey, like a fried calzone or grilled cheese with the works. White pizza with a ton of cheese. I see melted cheese as the theme here. Add it to a glass of wine, and I'm good. Veronica says, a massage. That's a good one. I like that. Patty says, a cheeseburger and salty fries. Carla says, music, or currently maraschino cherries with Cool Whip. I like that. Corinne says, cookies. Kelly says, music. Carolyn says, cookies, chocolate, and a walk on the beach. Michelle says, Entenmann's crumb cake, the whole cake, usually. I chimed in that Entenmann's used to have a banana crunch cake. It was delicious. They don't make it anymore. Now, when I was on the at the radio station, we had a caller one time who said that he was a delivery driver for Entenmann's, and I asked him about the banana crunch cake, and he was like, oh, yeah. Wasn't popular enough, and not enough people bought it. I was like, I bought it. I loved it. Marcy says, sometimes getting out and exercising, take a brisk walk, go to the gym. Other times, nothing but a pint of Ben & Jerry's will do. I hear you, sister. Beverly says, go to the beach, close my eyes, take in deep breaths, and just listen to the ocean waves. Ann says, a mocha frappuccino. Dawn says, a chocolate milkshake. And Ashley says, a coffee. Well, that's very simple, Ashley. Good for you. Something so simple like that. But coffee does really perk you up. It's interesting because one of the reasons that coffee is so popular in Seattle is because the weather is so dreary there. And they use coffee as a way to perk themselves up because it's constant dreariness. I don't know how anybody could live in that all the time. I'm sure it's beautiful when it's not raining, but my goodness, I just feel drained when it's just rainy, windy, and dreary, for days on end. Just makes me feel like not wanting to do anything. Hence, the popularity of coffee in Seattle. There you go. On to today's blog post. This week we are focusing on discipline and creating discipline. And I put up a quote. It says, first, it will feel like a sacrifice. Then it will feel like the grind. Then it will feel like life. Then it will feel like freedom. One of the most effective ways to develop a new discipline is to hold yourself accountable in some way. Tell people what your plan is. Line someone up to check in on you and make sure you're doing what you say you are. We are often more accountable to others than we are to ourselves. I'd like to figure out a way to change that for all of us at some point. But for now, let's make it work for us the way that it is now. I'm trying to pound into your head. Do not break the promises and appointments you make with yourself. But if you're still doing that, fine. Make an appointment with somebody else. The reason that people who work out with a trainer are more successful with their workouts is because they show up. You are far less likely to not show at an appointment with someone as if you just have to decide on your own whether to hit the gym. Like, I've gone back and forth in my head a million times. I'm going to go to the gym today. No, I don't think I am going to. Nope, I'm going to go to the gym. No. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you that is to get a trainer, although it is a fantastic investment if you can afford it. But just act like you do. Is there someone that you can check in with once you get to the gym? Shoot a text to that person to let them know that you're there. Someone who will ask you why they haven't gotten a text from you on your scheduled day. Or go to the gym with a friend. Make a workout with a friend. You're going to show up for that person. Just telling people, though, what you plan to do is a form of accountability. I feel like I have to stay committed to my 30-day challenge, partly because I don't want to fail in front of you guys. I put it out in the universe, and now it's up to me to see it through. The fact that I talk about it every single day helps keep me motivated and on track. You guys are keeping me accountable, so thank you. It has to be something important to you, though. You will never commit to something that you don't believe in. So make sure it's something you really want to follow through on. Because like I said, stop making promises to yourself that you don't keep. It's bad for your psyche. There will be times you don't want to do it. There will be times that you will want to throw in the towel completely. It's going to be so hard at times. But this is when the discipline comes in. There's no decision. It's what you do. There's no decision. Am I going to the gym today? Am I not going to the gym today? I'm going to the gym today. It's what you do, no matter how hard it is. No matter how much you don't feel like it on this day, you do it anyway because you made a commitment to yourself and possibly others. You did it for a reason. You wanted change in your life. You want it to be better. You still do. Show up for yourself. There is someone in my life who says she wants to stop hitting the snooze button. She has not done it yet. I asked about it the first few days, and then she started putting me off. So I figured she's given up. I know she still wants to kick the habit, but she is finding it too hard. It's just like any other habit you were trying to give up. Yes, it's hard. Of course it is. If you've ever been a smoker, you know how hard it is to give that up. You have to commit to the bigger picture. You have to commit to the results you know will come in the future. I always tell my husband, when I quit smoking, I committed myself to being miserable for at least a month. Being miserable. Miserable. Because that's what it would take to get where I needed to be. To the day that I was confident in saying, yes, I'm a non-smoker. It's the same with any other habit. Yes, it does suck when you want to hit that snooze button in the first for the first few minutes of the first few mornings. It may even last for weeks, but the benefits far outweigh the struggle you go through at first. Once you don't have to battle yourself every morning to get out of bed. I'm going to get out of bed this time. No, next time. No, next time. No, next time. You're battling yourself every morning on the mere act of getting out of bed. You will never be sorry you went through the work to get to the point of getting up immediately when your alarm goes off. You know yourself better than anyone. How much accountability do you need in your life? This is why people still join weight loss programs. The weekly weigh-in is a way to hold yourself accountable. A friend of mine just started a nutrition program that has her tracking her meals. She has cut down from 3 glasses of wine to 1 merely because she doesn't like writing down those 2 additional glasses. Now, as she described it, she says, I'll have one at the end of my workday to kind of, yoo-hoo, my workday's done. Then I'll have a glass with dinner. Sometimes another one while watching TV later in the night. She said it's over a number of hours, so it's not like she's getting drunk and she doesn't think it's a big deal, but just the act of having to write it down is making her pause. She's being accountable. Will something that simple work for you? Personally, I need more accountability than that. I just wouldn't write down the last 2. I know this about myself. But make your goals known. Shout them out to the world. It gives you that much more accountability. It will spur you to keep up the good fight. Will keep you motivated, and you will be inspiring others at the same time. There is a lot of power in just saying your goals out loud. Truly. It is I Wish It Were Cocktail Friday, Thursday. One more day to the weekend. We can do this. Think about the people in your life who will help hold you accountable. Call them on it. Make them force it on you and crush it. Now go make this your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
You guys all keep me accountable and begging Ellen to have me on your show.